Hello everyone, welcome to Powerline. I'm your host Skynet, and today I have a Murukuma deck profile for you. Today we are focusing on the Dueling Dragons. That's right, Dueling Dragons. The once hyped and then fell super hard. But without further ado, let's start. I'm going to start from the top bottom. Starter is Fugen, arguably one of the best starters for Murukuma right now because it has several abilities, the first one being able to jump to a different back row open rearguard circle in order to boost another unit. So super clutch. That's his Shadow Stitch ability. So again, super clutch. And then he has his bottom ability, which is rest him and then take a card from your graveyard or drop some, which one you choose. Put it to the bottom of the deck, and then if that unit has Shadow Stitch, give another unit on your field 3k. So again, super clutch, really good starter. To my grade 3 units, again, since this is going to be a Dueling Dragon profile, we're going to shoot with Zanbaku and Zangeki. So for this profile, the one that you actually want on your Vanguard first is Zangeki. To be fair, this actually kind of acts as a cross-ride, but not really because it's not a superior version. But Zangeki works with Zanbaku in the soul. So you want to ride Zangeki and then put on the rearguard Zangeki, use his ability to retire him to go get 2 Zanbakus. One goes to the field and the other one goes to the soul because his ability works in the soul. So let's start off with Zanbaku since he's the older of the all. Zanbaku has a continuous ability that if you have a non-Murukuma Vanguard on your rearguard or Vanguard, then he gets minus 2k, so he goes to a 9k. And then his auto ability is at the beginning of your opponent's ride phase. If your opponent has a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, your opponent may choose to discard a card from their hand. If they do not, they can't perform a regular ride. So this card was super clutch during the break. This card would have been super good during break ride because it forces your opponent to discard a card in order to ride. So if your opponent was down to 1 card, and the card after the card they're drawing, they couldn't break ride. They had to stick on whatever they're on. So again, interesting. Not that powerful now because we're in a different format. So now we have Zangeki. Zangeki is pretty cool. His first ability is at the beginning of your opponent's main phase. So as soon as they transition into their main phase, they have to pay for this cost. As soon as you go into their main phase, if you have a card named Zanbaku in its soul, you pay the cost. You, the player, have to counterblast 1. And if you do, you choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and it gets, when this unit attacks, choose a card from the hand and discard it. If you do not, this unit gets drive -2 until the end of turn. So pretty cool.
Power off.
So pretty cool. So you pay the player who owns this card has to pay counterblast 1, and when your opponent goes to attack, they have to discard a card, and if they don't, their opponent that Vanguard gets -2 for drive check. So their stride unit gets 1, or their regular grade 3 gets 0 if they do not discard a card. And you know, I guess you can shark people with it, and like you gave the ability, and you let them know that you're activating the ability at the beginning of the main phase, and if they forget about it, and you're like, oh, guess you can't drive check. You know, and this definitely works even better on restanding Vanguards. They won't be able to draw cards, so you know, Dauntless, Spectral Blaster, all them fun restanding Vanguards. Kagero. Can't just overload him right now, you guys say Kagero. So there's that. Going into the grade 2 units, we now have the Dueling Dragons support. So I'm running 3 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these. So I'm running 4 Stealth Beast, Slice of Wolf, Stealth Beast, Stab Fang, and then the non-Zanbaku support, Stealth Dragon, Yasha Bayashi. So this dude, Slice of Wolf, is actually super powerful, And what's cool about the Dueling Dragons is these two have to be placed in certain spots in order for their ability to work. So Slice of Wolf has to be in the right column front row. Right? Yeah. So when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Dueling Dragons name, this unit gets plus 2k, so it becomes 11k attacker. Cool. Then if this is in the right column in the front row, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a Dueling Dragon Vanguard in its card name, and you have Stab Fang in your left column, so it doesn't even have to be in the front row, it just be in the left column, this unit gets plus 5k. So now it becomes a 16k attacker. Bam. 16k attacker by itself, just by having this guy on the opposite side. They're not friends. And Stab Fang, Counterblast 1 is when it's placed on the left column front row, and I have a Dueling Dragon Vanguard. I choose one of my units, not named Stab Fang, search my deck for up to one card with the same name as that unit, and then I call it to a rear guard. And at the end of the turn, I put that unit called on the bottom of the deck. So this one not as strong or offensive as this, but what I can do is I can start copying the back row, which leaves the 1k, the grade ones, so I can guard and whatnot. So this one is pretty cool. Or I can just go ham and use Yasha Bayashi. So he has two effects. The bottom ability probably won't be able to use all the time, but it's okay. So Generation Break 1, when it's placed on the rear guard, I may pay the cost. If I do, which is a Soul Blast 1, this unit gets plus 2k, and the Shadow Switch ability of when it attacks the Vanguard and it doesn't hit, I can counter charge 1. And I choose one of the units and it gets plus 2k to the turn. And then if I have a Yasui grade 4 or greater Vanguard, this unit can attack from the back row. So, pretty cool. I can use Stab Fang to copy this, and then when I'm using my Yasui's strides, I can have that attack on the back row, so I can start pushing. So those are my grade 2s. Grade 1s, I'm running 3 Stride Enablers because sometimes you need to get there. I'm running 4 Unflipping Perfect Guards because they are the best. And the Dueling Dragon support, I'm running 3 and 4. So with the 3s, it's South Beast Trick Arts. When this unit is placed on the rear guard, choose one of your units. If I have another unit, I choose one of the units. And if I have another card with the same name as that one, I search my deck for up to 1 Dueling Dragon. I reveal it to my opponent and then add to my hand. Then I choose a card from my hand and put into the soul. So pretty much, it works as a Stride Neighbors, but I can use this earlier, and I can, if I do it properly, I can put Zambaku in the soul, so I don't have to use up a Counterblast for spare Zangaki. So not bad at all. And then last I got Drawn Shifter. It has an act ability of Counterblast 1 if I have a Vanguard with Dueling Dragon its name. I choose one of my units, and if I have another unit with the same name as that unit, I choose up to 2 of my rear guards, and they both get 2k and attack, and they can attack from the back row. So pretty clutch. I don't have to, doesn't have to enter the battlefield. It could just stay there and just be pretty cool. Trigger lineup. 2 stands, 4 heals, 8 crits, and 2 draws. So I'm not running the Yasui crit because reasons I just didn't care to put it in. Because this deck doesn't really Soul Blast much. I'm not running the heal trigger for the Generation Break Flip G Guardian because Ducky is super cute. But I am running this super cool stand trigger. You may have seen it for other Murakuma players in the past. So when this enters the battlefield, I can choose a unit not named this, and I can go get 2 copies of it, and then at the end of the turn, they go back to the deck. So this is super clutch. So now I can just start duplicating my units for free, and they come from the deck, and all is gravy sauce. And then that ends up going back to deck. So again, super clutch stand trigger. I guess it's really cool that they give us stands with super awesome, cool abilities. Now for the stride zone, I'm running on Bibu Radar, Kagamishiji, 2 Hamura Raiders, 2 Shikuraku Busters, 2 Yasui Tenmas, 4 Yasui Gomas, Mandala Lord because he's Mandala Lord. One of the new GB1 G Guardians, a Screw, 2 Huga Wings, and a Shishi Yuzuki. There it is, guys. That is my stride zone. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave it in the comment section below, and I will catch you cool cats later.